Almost live, so close. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to the BAMF podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lafferty, here for today's part 2 of Star Frontiers. And just 1 second.
Contractually obligated.
Contractually obligated. Woohoo! Okay. That is not the theme song from Bones, that beloved crime procedural on Fox in the 90s. That was BAMF podcast introductory music. And hey, we have 3 audience members already. Hey, folks.
You know that that was in the 2000s, right?
No.
Don't make me feel old.
Yeah, it's post Buffy, wasn't it? So yeah.
It was post Buffy because you had
It was post Buffy. I watched both Buffy and Bones all the way through.
All right, so last time on BAMF podcast, our intrepid band of mercenaries went to this crash site and fought off a giant black tremors-like creature. You can see represented as that big centipede there. And no one got hurt, although my guy got his armor pretty much chewed off. And I think that's where we are, right?
Correct. So the medic, Jesse, who is going to be kind of hand-waviumed today because they had some stuff going on post-holiday. So he was patching everybody up, making sure that everybody was good to go as far as health-wise. He was liberally applying his Barbie Band-Aids to everybody's wounds. Mike, you were pretty much the one who got ripped up the most, but it was mostly your armor that took a lot of that flack. And then you started questioning the broken android that was on the inside.
Yeah, I thought we were questioning him first, but yeah, those 2 things happened. I guess the order isn't important. So
correct.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So he has told you that he has a PDT, which is a personal data transmitter. If you're trying to make that whole chat window go away, Mike, you can just hit the hamburger that's right next to the sliding scale, and boop, there you go.
All right, beautiful.
It's almost like
I
we've
never
done
heard anyone call that a hamburger before.
That's
tech thing.
That's what they've been calling it at work, and I had to get used to it in the last 12 months. So I guess it's Walt is keeping us hip.
My little brother who builds all my computers for me, he does a lot of the same stuff that Mike does, so I get all the lingo. He is my digital sensei. But anyway, you guys are questioning the android, and he volunteers that he might have a PDT for you guys to use to track the android security detail.
Awesome. And how would that be useful?
A personal data transmitter is kind of like a GPS put on a person. So in the event of a crash, they can be located, and he has the receiver.
Okay.
Are they no longer in the cargo hold?
The what do you call it? The people? He's the only android in the hold.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
well, no, but the cargo is still here too, right?
No.
Yeah, we were sent to retrieve a specimen. I thought the specimen
we were sent to retrieve the cargo in the hold. So the cargo is no longer in the hold, and there were people manning this at one point, and they're gone too. Got it. Sorry,
Yes.
was distracted for just a moment. Okay, let's go.
It's Christmas, shiny things with big distractions.
So, quick question. I had thought that the specimen that we were retrieving was that
it was a cargo full of androids.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
we were here to retrieve cargo full of androids.
So he can help us track the androids down. Okay.
Yes, we're here to. We can track the cargo and the people that took them, which should be the people that were on the ship previously.
So in the as a part of the repo group that you guys. I didn't do it. As a part of the repo group you guys work for, Bernie's Acquisitions and Meticulous Frosting, which specializes in repo and Fainty Goat snack cakes. You guys were told that there was a cargo that needed to be recovered, which was a specific specimen of some type, and it was being guarded by a handful of androids. So the broken android says that he has the PDT receiver that will allow you guys to track down your your cargo.
Then let's do it.
Okay, so the specimen isn't the androids. It's in the company of and guarded by the androids who have
Correct.
left
It's
the
the
crash
thing
site
itself.
for.
Okay, groovy.
All right,
Let's
so
go do it. Okay, I'm glad that. So I felt like I was distracted or something, and I'm glad that I was not that I was still the first person to catch on to what Walt said, because I was like, I feel like I'm distracted and therefore did not catch it. But
No,
apparently,
you're
I'm
good.
still the first person to catch on to what Walt said. So I guess it was not me.
We don't judge.
So, let's go.
All right, so you guys hop back into your vehicle that was over the ridge, or do you guys decide to hoof it? Because
I think we should get on our vehicle that was over the ridge.
all right.
Oh yeah, didn't we buggy our way over here?
Yes, we buggied our way over
Yeah.
here in a truck.
Buggy.
All right, so you guys decide to hop in. Oh wait, I gotta drag over Jason's character. There he is, right there with the flowing locks.
is the way I have the screen set up? Am I blocking anyone's character?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
All right, so you get back into the vehicle and you start making your way to through the varied terrain. It's very rocky and sandy, kind of like a combination of like shale and hard pack. So it's definitely not easy terrain to work through. So you guys drive and follow the what do you call it, the PDT receiver. And do you bring the broken android with you?
Yeah.
I really feel like we should. What should we call him? Does he have a name?
Andy. Andy Android.
He gives you this long giant serial number when you ask him what his name is, and then when Aid's character says Andy, he says, "I will more than likely answer to that." And when he, Ixax had repaired him so that he could kind of, move around. And when he gets up, because it's kind of like a job in the field that she did, he wobbles a little bit as he's walking, kind of like, those big wavy dudes that you see in front of like the car lots and stuff like that. So he's shambling a little more than he's moving because, she had to do like a hack job to fix the spine. But yeah, because he was torn in half. Ixax, you are muted. We cannot hear you.
Come here, Mandy. Fix the leg some more.
try and shore him up. All right, so you put him into the truck. You guys move over this very difficult terrain, and then you get to like the outskirts of what seems like an old mining town. It looks very abandoned. Yeah, you can see the that is correct. So yeah, you can definitely see like all these guys, the terrain is all broken up. There's tons of like hanging signs that are kind of just like that is a big centipede. You ain't lying, bro. There's broken signs that are hanging. You have that like squeaking of metal on metal. Off in the distance, you can see a small windmill, probably powering a water station. It looks like this right here might have been a reclamation station of some sort. You have
scan for life signs.
You got one life sign. Looks like somewhere over here.
And
cool.
the life sign appear wounded or seem in good health.
You don't think that it's what do you call it? That you don't think that you have enough fine tuning on this machinery to track whether or not something is wounded.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely over here. There's something going on. Some sort of life sign.
Okay. I want to see if any of the machinery around here seems to be active. So, use the sensors and see if we can get any vibrations, any turbines moving, anything active.
It looks like you have a control center over here
Okay.
that might work some of the external power.
So this is basically an abandoned mining camp, and there's a control center there to the north, and over to the west, there's some kind of life sign.
Yep.
Okay.
So I suggest that we have people go check out the life sign and have me and one other person go check out the control center.
I'll guard you.
Okay. Let's go check out the control center, and then other people go check out the life sign. We shouldn't be that far apart from each other if anything happens,
So is Andy staying with Aid and I, or going with you guys?
Oh, I thought his name was Mandy, not Andy.
Andy the android.
And the android.
Who wants?
He can stay with you.
I slung him over my back like he's a backpack, and I'm.
C-3PO.
Yeah.
I grabbed some duct tape and duct tape him around your waist for you.
There you go. There's Andy the android, and we will.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, we will. What do you call it? Mark him with a little red bubble. All right. So Mike is going, or did you say you're going up there, Alice?
Yes, I'm going to the control center, and Dax is going to guard me. The other two are going.
It is very. All right, and the other two are going where?
We're going to go to the left towards the life signs.
All right.
Steadily and quietly, of course.
Are you going? Are you going high?
I was thinking that because I've got the glidey wings, so the idea that I can get as much height as I go would be very cool.
All right. So this right here, you can't really see it on Mike's map. So right there we go. Right behind there.
Yeah.
You have what looks like an ATC tower for guiding in aircraft with supplies. You could probably climb to the top of that.
Okay. Do I need to make a roll to climb that? Because otherwise,
no. Because right now you're not under stress. It's got a ladder so that you can climb up top.
Perfect. Okay. So I will make my way steadily up there and see if I can see stuff as I'm kind of gradually make my way higher and higher up into the sky.
All right. I'm putting a blue dot on you to signal that you are at a different elevation. All right. So you're up there. And on the outside of that, you got a series of tents, and kind of tucked in. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So on the outside of one of these tents, you can see another android. He's just kind of hanging out, doing his thing.
He's powered up, or
yeah. He's powered up, and he's got what looks like a carbine laser.
So he looks like he's mean.
But he's got the stark white face where it's like, hi, I'm Johnny Cab kind of deal, where it's just him, and he's just doing whatever duty he's been assigned to do. He's out there in front of those tents. So do you do anything?
Distance wise, what range have we got? Because obviously we don't know if he's just protecting his people or if he's been corrupted.
So probably about 50 meters.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on him for now.
All right,
just stay around, keep an eye on him, and see if anything that Alice does in the control room alerts him and causes him to start going crazy.
Okay, he's standing there. He's guarding the tent. Doesn't look like he's doing much of anything else. And when I say tent, don't think like flappy, piece of canvas. Think more like
medevac tents. Those
like thick polystyrene, polypropylene
military
style.
tents.
Yeah, military tent style. Cool. So somebody obviously spent a good deal of money because how even though a lot of the camp has been dilapidated and kind of suffered against the elements, these tents seem to be holding up. They have some wear and tear, but not what you would expect for something that obviously looks as abandoned as it is. Like this over here, those are all like cargo containers stacked on top of each other to affect like a building, and even that looks more run down than the tents. So Ixax and Dax, you guys are in the north. It looks like a power generator that's been powered down for some time. At the top of this tower, you have broadcast units and you have solar collectors that look like you might be able to use to jumpstart everything back on if you so desire. It's up to you.
I'll keep watch while Exex does her work.
So, Alice, are you going to repower this thing back on, or are you going to?
I'm going to look for some information first. I'm assuming that there's probably before I powered this whole thing on, there's a console that is separately powered, and I'm going to look at see when it was last powered, look at what it powers, etc. Get an inventory and an idea of situation before I start powering on.
It
probably,
looks
probably a little note above it saying "back computer."
back computer.
just to let you know what everything does before you press any buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the computer that is there that runs everything is tied to the main power.
Okay.
So you'd have to turn the main power on, and it looks like there might be a disconnect somewhere between the solar collection on the tower and the main system right here.
Okay. Is the computer system small enough that we could use one of our power systems that we brought with us, some sort of basically rig it up to a battery pack that we might have?
I think that's a great idea. I think you should try it. And I think you
Okay.
should try it immediately.
That sounds great. Let's roll some D100s. 40.
All right. And what's your score?
My tech score is a 2, I believe.
All right. And your intelligence?
My intelligence, actually, oh shoot, I lost it. No, sorry, my tech score is a 1. My int, I believe, is a 45, and I'm going to triple check that because I just lost my character sheet.
We don't judge.
Thank you. But yeah, it should be somewhere around there. So 1 and a 45.
All right. Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, easily. So you could rig one of your charge cells.
Oh, sorry, my int is a 40/50.
Yep. So you would take half of your intelligence and then your 2 in the skill, which would bring you back up. So yeah, no problem at all. You actually have a way that you can put this together if you wanted to.
Let's do it. Yes, I'm going to.
The computer power is on. It's like the old Aliens thing where it's like got the blinking cursor and then it goes like teletype almost as it goes across the screen.
Should I expect the start to print with the old I forget what the paper,
the dot matrix printer?
Yes, the dot matrix printer with that very special paper.
Oh, the green bar paper. Oh god.
Yes, green bar paper. There's a term for it. I forget what the term for the green bar paper is now.
So it comes on. It starts doing the teletype thing, and it tells you that the last time it was powered up was 5 minutes ago. But then you look at the date, and the date compared to the date now, it was last powered up 10 years ago.
Okay, I'll send that through comms that this place has been powered down for 10 years. And that the system seems to be malfunctioning and not keeping track of time. So the internal clock on the power core is not working.
Now, Jason, while she's doing that, you're kind of looking around running the personal security detail route. And you notice that the disconnect for the power is on this tower right here. It looks like something chewed through a bunch of cables.
All right. I'm going to scan the tower kind of area with my eyes to try to figure out if there's something up there hiding that might come down on us.
Doesn't look like it, although all the wiring, and when I say wiring, I'm not talking like Cat 5 cable. I'm talking like wires like this big. Right. Okay. It looks like something chewed through them. It doesn't look like wear and tear. There are like teeth marks in certain spots, and there are like tear marks.
Got
Like-
a bad feeling about this.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Okay, I'm gonna like scan the skies for creatures or in the ground. Kind of maybe there's another worm or a centipede or something.
You're not seeing anything, but do you notify the rest of the crew that?
Yeah, hey guys, there looks like something rather hungry chewed this thick cable. Be on the lookout for anything suspicious.
All right. And Aid, what are you doing? You still watching the android?
Yeah, if there's like a visible sign of power actually now kind of coursing through the thing, I want to see what this android does when he actually notices what's happening.
You don't. There's no major power
Okay.
going through just yet. She hasn't restored the power. All she's
Okay.
done was basically plug a battery into the terminal so that it'll work.
Okay.
But you can, judging by all this piping right here, some of the machinery that you're seeing around the camp, that once that power goes on, it's going to get real loud.
Cool. I'm right in I can get bonuses for aiming, correct?
Yes.
How many bonuses can I stack?
So as much as you can handle.
Okay, so it's 10%. I think it's 10%. Is it 10% per aim?
Yes.
Yeah. So I
Right,
will
but you only get one shot when
yeah,
that
I will
goes
keep
off.
my laser pistol trained on the guy, and then see what happens. But I will kind of aim as I'm doing so at least I get a few extra nuggets of to hit chance.
And how many SEUs are you charging into your shot?
I will charge it up for 6
Whoa!
because if I want to hit him, I want to make sure I hit him hard.
Gotcha. So you're standing still and carefully aiming.
Correct.
The distance is short range. So yeah. So you're gonna get total with all the other modifiers. What's your weapon skill?
My weapon skill is. I'm looking on the sheet.
One of those, one of these.
One of these. It's a 4 for beam weapons.
Nice. And you have the laser, right?
Laser pistol, yeah.
Okay. All right, I got you. All right, so you're hovering over the top. Mike, he's got the character with the blue dot. That's Aid.
Mm-hmm.
The blue dot represents him climbing the tower behind you guys, so that he's much, much higher than everybody. So that blue dot is just representing altitude. You have the android on your back, and you found an android just standing guard outside these 2 tents.
Okay.
And he's not doing anything. He's just standing there with some sort of a carbine laser. Alice and Jason have done a rework on this computer over here. So they've gotten the computer started. It looks like the last time this thing was kicked up was 10 years ago. But Jason discovered chew marks on the major cables leading into the power core. So, something big and nasty has ripped up the cables.
Okay, and have we tried to talk to the android with the rifle?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I've got a bead on him in case he goes a bit crazy. But if you want to go and talk to him, I can still aim and shoot over your shoulder if something goes nay.
All right. I consult with Andy, who's on my back, and say, "Hey, do you know this guy?"
Why, of course. That's 147387724, and he goes into his big long serial number. He goes, but you may also call him Andy as well.
I'll call him Andy too. Is he okay? You know him? We can go talk to him.
He goes, as far as I know, he is totally fine. I do not understand the question.
Okay. You get to a diplomat, and I turn backwards so that Andy is facing the guy, and then
you're gonna walk backwards with him.
That is the plan. Yes.
All right. So you're basically moving.
You make truck reversing noises as you do so. That's the question.
Yeah. Do you do the beep 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 as you back up?
If it'll amuse you guys, then yes, I guess I have to. So
Yes, it will amuse us greatly. Thank you,
Okay.
Mike.
beep 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 beep.
So the android.
Put some life into that.
The androids, Mike, because you're so close to it being on your back, you can hear like a bunch of clicking, tapping, and beeping, almost like the sound of a hard drive.
Is this how they communicate?
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
You can't hear the response because he's too far away, but the android has the carbine in like a patrol ready, so the barrel is aimed toward the ground. It didn't raise it at you when you approached, and it says, "Hello, I am Andy too. It is very nice to meet you. How may I assist you today?"
Just ask him what's going on. What's he doing out here on patrol?
He says, "We have crashed. Myself and the rest of," and then you hear like the Andy that's on your body, more of that hard drive clicking. He goes, myself along with Andy 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are inside the tent protecting a precious cargo.
Okay, that's probably been. So I tell them that we've been hired to retrieve this specimen, and you can come with us. We'll get you back to civilization.
That is wonderful. I will need proof of your manifest.
Do I have this proof, Walt?
No.
Oh. Have I been hired by unscrupulous salvagers?
No. Your boss said it was a legit contract, but it wouldn't be the first time.
My boss said it was a legit contract. He's a stand-up fella.
He says, have you known this boss for some time?
Yes.
And he says, well, Andy 1 vouches for you, so it must be true. Hold 1 second here, and I will get the cargo.
My thought bubble says this is going much easier than anticipated.
Also, do you hear elevator music while you're holding?
Either that or Jeopardy music. All right, so you guys are on the outside. Let's move that there. He's there. There. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This can't go wrong. No way.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Barely an inconvenience. All right. 4, 6. One more. So you guys are on the outside when all the androids come out. And in addition, you get whoops, wrong one. You get a thing that looks kind of like the big mechanized robot that you guys have with you.
I just have to pitch this. I'm guessing that pack right there is the cargo we're here to pick up. They decided to revolt against their masters.
I wouldn't put it past them. All right, so
This does not compute.
This does not compute. All right, so out of the tent walks the giant robot, and it's very similar to the giant robot you have. And Andy 2 says, "Sir, do you need to inspect the cargo?"
Yes.
He says, "Very well, sir." He reaches over, unsnaps like what looks kind of like almost like a cockpit on the top of the robot. Mm-hmm. It flares open, and there is a dralosite on the inside.
Oh.
So if you don't know what one of these things is, if you've ever seen the Herculoids, it is an amorphous blob that can mimic a face when it has to, but they're kind of semi-liquid, a semi-liquid life form, almost like a little blob.
So flubber.
Yes, they are flubber.
That's awesome.
And it says something in its own language, and it sounds kind of like a question.
And I'm guessing I don't speak Dralosite?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't have it on my sheet, so...
Then probably not.
Okay. Does anyone here speak Dralosite?
Negatory. Goes
Not that I'm aware of.
Nope, not me.
Yep, that's it. There's a Dralosite.
I try to speak to him in common or whatever I've got. See if he can. Andy 1. Can you communicate with
actually,
the?
I have comprehension as a skill.
You want to try it?
Yeah,
Over
well,
the communicator?
over the comms, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So it says 24%. There's no modification for my int on top of that, right?
So yeah, it would be half your intelligence plus.
Okay, half my int plus that. Okay.
Yep.
Is it the first number or the second number, by the way, on my int? Int is okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it should be the first
half
number.
my int, so it's my first number. Never mind. 33, which is definitely within half of that. So
Okay.
I made it.
It seems to be repeating the same thing over and over again. And after the third time you hear it in the microphone, you're kind of like, oh, make it stop.
Okay.
It keeps saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Okay. Please make that stop. It is making it hard to concentrate on rebooting the systems.
Mike, do you have him reclose the cover?
If we can't do meaningful communication, we might as well. We verified that the guy is alive. So,
Are you all dead yet? No, we're working on it.
soon.
All right.
But yeah.
So, Alice,
No, that's what it was really saying is, are you all dead yet? Are you all dead yet? Not,
Yeah.
are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Alice, are you going to reboot the system
I
to
am
bring
at that
power
point
back
going to
online?
reboot the system after I've gotten the information and it seems safe.
Yeah, it just seems like the systems run the like all the different mining equipment. So you might even be able to power on this right here,
Mhm.
and then use the broadcast tower to have your bot repilot the ship back to you.
That was actually my hope, was if we get that up, if we can send a signal to our ship.
All right, so you're going to start splicing those wires, fixing everything up.
Yes, I am.
All right, go for it.
Okay, let's try and roll it. Is there anything I can do to improve my chances? Like get somebody to aid me or something like that?
If I offer a hostess cake or a BAMF cake, would that help?
Plus 10%.
There you
Okay.
go. Would you like
Plus
a BAMF
10%.
cake?
That's pretty good. I think that 10% helped. I'm a 69. Let me double check my math. That's 20. That's 40. Nope, I still failed.
Oh, no.
All right, so you think you can get it rigged, you just are lacking some of the necessary components. Do you start looking around?
I start looking around.
The
Yeah.
androids can aid you too. So if you start commanding them, they only say that they need.
I need a vibro slicer. I need the pink wires, not the red ones or the blue ones. I need the pink wires. Find me the pink wires. I need some carbine. I need some copper wire.
So you have 3 androids that you can use. They will not budge on the fact that they need at least 4 androids guarding the cargo at all times.
That's fine.
All right. So
I start rattling off the things I need.
They manage. They start pulling all the equipment, so forth and so on. Aid, from your higher vantage point, you can see this pipe here rattle for a moment. You think you saw it rattle when she tried to connect the power.
Okay, I will contact everybody and let them know that's what it is. So yeah, when you fired that thing up, something moved in this pipe, and maybe suggest that someone might want to take a look a little bit closer.
All right. Anybody doing anything with the pipe, or are you just getting ready to reconnect the power?
I think something might be nesting in there, so I'll send my bodyguard Dax over if he wants to go look.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I'm working.
That looks like a clue. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll climb up there and check it out.
All right. It's all sealed. So you don't. You'd have to actually pry the thing apart in order to see what's inside.
All right. Yeah, I'll start doing that.
All right. So you're gonna have. Are you having any of the androids helping?
Yeah, I'll have one of them.
All right. And Aid, what are you doing from up there?
As I'm now further away than I should be, I will try and glide down to the next highest vantage point.
So you
That's
have
nearer. Yeah.
this right here is what do you call it? Is lower than you.
Yep.
This is considerably lower than you, and then this right here is a little bit lower than you as well.
Okay, I will go to the thing on the far left hand side because obviously that's nearer the pipe. So I will go just like spread my arms and glide down onto that and
All right.
set it back up again with my my beam laser pistol aimed on the pipe.
All right, you're right there.
Cool.
All right. You guys start rigging the pipe, and as you the bolts are like frozen, so the android has to pull out a plasma cutter to start cutting some of the bolts. It's been a long time since these things have been installed, and after you get the second bolt, the whole thing rattles.
All right, this could be bad. Stay on your toes.
That doesn't seem good. Andy, what do you think?
I think that anything that is moving of its own accord after this long is probably going to do you severe harm and bodily injury.
You'll go check it out?
I'm a little floppy, sir. You would have to be my mobility.
Anybody got a grenade?
Yep, I've
I
got
do.
frag grenades
Yeah, I've got some too.
and det cord. And I think Mike was like, that's a good idea. I'm grabbing some det cord too.
I have Tornadium D19, which is a high-grade explosive.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, the explosives you mentioned. Yes, I think this calls for some use for that. Unless of course it's some kid hiding in there waiting for the baddies to go away. Then we might be in trouble.
Oh no, Petey, no, say it isn't so. So, Mike, you're going to set up on the pipe and rig some explosives.
Against my better judgment, I go, yeah. When I'm talking to Andy as I do, I'm like, Andy, this is Tornadium D19. You're probably familiar with it. We're
Why,
going to be
yes.
installing this right here.
I would suggest a minimum safe distance of at least 300 meters with a block this size.
Is this going to destroy everything in this camp?
Oh, you're most likely going to die once you set this off at this range. He says, however, if you were to separate the charge block into smaller pieces and situate it around the seam of the pipe, you might be able to rig a controlled detonation that would be far less harmful to your bodily structure, as squishy as it is. No offense intended.
Not taken, Andy. And I should have known this since I have a level skill 6 in demolitions.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I'm new to Star Frontier, so I will follow.
Maybe you
Andy's-
just got a bit too enthusiastic. That was the problem.
I get to blow things up. It makes me very happy. All right. So I tone down the crazy Harry and follow my own good instincts as well as Andy's advice and do the thing that will just injure whatever's in the pipe, but not kill all of us, as well as dismantle the settlement.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
That's 2d10s, right?
Yep. You get a plus 10%, so it's going to be half your intelligence plus the roll, plus another 10% because the pipe is old. It's not going to take much to blow this thing.
All right, so I'm rolling 2d10s, 1 for 10s, 1 for 1s. My skill is 6, so I need 60 or lower. Okay. And then we can. All right, so first d10 is a 5. Second d10 is an 8, so 58.
All right, so you rig the explosives. You guys get out of Dodge so that it's a safe detonation.
Oh yeah.
Aid, are you going anywhere other than where you are?
Yeah, I will move back a little bit. That'd probably be a good idea.
All right. There's kind of like an air handler on top.
Yep. That's
so
cool.
you guys blow the pipe. There's a huge kind of like a big white flash, followed by a lot of black smoke. You rigged it as a detonation, so a cutting detonation versus a big time explosive. So a huge section of the pipe falls away, and you can see what looks like viscous yellow slime on the inside.
Hey, Andy,
Yes, sir.
any guesses as to what that viscous yellow slime is?
I imagine that whatever it was before you rigged the detonation does not look the same as it does now, sir. It appears to have a leak.
So you think that's blood or an internal?
I think it is some sort of biological matter that would be in similarity to what we saw previously with the giant ugly bug that tried to feast on your internals, sir.
Oh. Okay, so we avoided that combat. That's good to know. I peered down the pipe because that seems like the most interesting but less intelligent course of action. Do I see anything down there?
No, you don't see anything, but there is a ton of like scratching and gore marks, like all sorts of grooves ripped in. So it looks like whatever was in here was using this as some sort of lair or whatever. There's tons of there's lots of scoring. So like it looks like whatever it was crawling through here for some time. And returning to this spot. So you got tons of claw marks going this direction toward the bottom of the pipe where it goes into the caverns below, and then you have score marks going this way where whatever it is was crawling through into the processing facility behind you.
Okay, so communicate this to the rest of the party. We seem to have spooked whatever was in here. Let's assume that's probably still out there and maybe angry and wanting to come back for some. So heads on a swivel. And let's get the Nistralis site out of here.
All right, so Alice, you're re-rigging the power?
Yes, I am.
All right, give me another roll. You have an android helping you, so you get plus 10%.
Okay, and I still have do I still have the hostess cake assistance as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, if he has extra.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm snacking on the cake. Licking my fingers as I'm working with my other legs. Nice to have so many legs and arms.
It looks like that
Ooh,
card
57.
playing. There we go. Looks like that card playing alien from the second season of The Mandalorian.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
I've got cream all over my face now from the hostess cake.
So as you're covered in frosting, you managed to reconnect all these wires. The computer says power source detected. Would you like to power on the facility?
Can I? So a lot of these things, they allow for partitioning pieces of what I'm powering on. Is there a way to only turn on the broadcasting center, which was my primary concern? I don't really want to power on mining equipment and such like that.
You can absolutely just.
I will do that because what I want to do is send a signal to our ship. The other thing is I want to see what other signals it might pick up from this planet, and I want to see how far this transmitter sends.
All right. So it looks like it's bouncing to a satellite that's in orbit. The satellite has minimal power, so it looks like whatever this satellite was rigging to has also the satellite has probably been in use for some time.
Okay.
So but
take
yeah,
some frosting.
It'll
plug in.
You can broadcast in close and far orbit as well as anywhere around the planet that is capable of receiving you.
Okay. Are there signals coming from other areas of the planet?
Not that you're receiving. So if somebody's talking to each other, they're just not talking to you.
Not on this frequency. That's fine. Yep. I just, in case we're picking something up. So yeah, my primary goal at that point is to send to the ship. And I'm going to keep an eye on the broadcasting here, just to make sure that if anything does, start broadcasting, that we hear it.
All right. So
can I plug it into anything of ours so that I can leave the station?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Then I will do that and I will head out.
All right. As you guys are kind of like making your way around and stuff like that, Aid, you're up on top. You feel a rattle underneath you.
Okay, I will. We're actually on the pipe as well.
It's coming from inside the processing facility where you're standing.
Okay, I will jump off and glide down again to the next highest thing towards the center of the camp and say that something just rattled this room. Yeah.
All right, so you drop in over here. You're about 20, 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
All right. It looks like this is a gas exchanger of some point, so probably not a lot of good of like firing blasters and lasers and machine guns in through there, but it is the next highest point.
Okay.
From one of these exhaust plates, the plate explodes outward, and you get this jumping into the center of the square. Mike, it lands right on top of where you had Andy 1, crushing him into the stone and shale below. You're kind of near its flank.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like if you think of like a hydra, that with almost like centipede-like faces. The body itself, each neck has hundreds of legs that go throughout the body, and then multiple stingers on the tail.
Andy 1, no.
We knew him well. What are you guys doing?
Well, I guess I'm gonna pull out both my pistols and shoot at it because that's kind of my character's thing.
Let's roll for initiative.
Does it show sign of injury from a previous explosive attempt?
Oh yeah. The side of it's ripped up bad.
Cool.
Like real bad. Like Mike's explosive almost cut it in half.
Good stuff.
All right. So how do we do initiative in Star Frontiers? Sorry.
So 1d10. So 1d10. I get a 1.
Okay. I got
and
a
only
7.
one of us rolls for the party, by the way.
Yep.
So you're rolling for all of us.
I got a 7.
All right. Who's doing what? Oh wait. No, I lost. So it's gonna move right here. What are you guys doing?
I'm blocking
shooting.
the pool.
Everybody's shooting?
Shoot.
Is anybody moving?
No, I'm just going to shoot from where I am.
Gotcha. All right. Who's up first?
I can shoot first.
I'll go first.
Go for it, Dex. It's all you.
Go up the list. Go from you upwards towards Mike.
There we go.
All right. I shoot horribly. 97. That is way too high.
Give me another weapons roll to check for malfunction.
Okay. 90.
Ooh. So how many SEU were you going to use in that shot?
4.
All right. So that it disperses the charge, so you lose those 4 charges, but the weapon is otherwise functional. Alice, what are you doing?
I'm shooting. I am going to be using my laser pistol. I'm going to be using the full 4 SEUs that I'm allowed to, and I'm going to
2 shots.
I'm going to be dual wielding my
So that's
ambidexterity.
4 shots.
So that's going to be 4 shots.
Yep.
So I have a question. I have extra legs. Doesn't that mean that I'm getting 8 shots?
Well, you only have the 2 pistols.
Okay, cool. I have to go get some more pistols for my upper legs. I guess. Fine with me later. The first one's an aught 9.
All right, that's going to hit. But just so that you know, you're at short range, so you're minus 10.
10. Yep. I have a 37% chance based on my quick calc.
You're not aiming,
Right.
and blah blah blah. So yeah, so you're
And
just
it's
minus
wounded.
10. It is
Yeah.
wounded. Yep.
So, wounded, I think, actually gave me bonuses because he's wounded, right?
5.
5. Okay, so I forgot about that. So I'm at 42.
All right, so 1 hit.
Second one's a 95.
All right, so go ahead. That's not a hit. Go ahead.
Okay. Do I need to check for weapon issues?
No, it's not high enough. 97.
41. So that was just under.
Yep.
So I made it.
2
And
more.
then the fourth. Then 1, 2, 3. This is my third. So this is my last. 4th. That is a 14. So I hit.
So you hit 3 times. Give me some
I hit
damage.
3 times.
Just for sake of expediency, give me one roll, multiply it by 3.
Sure. So that is going to be D10 per SEU. I said I'm using my full 4 SEUs because it lets me use 4 SEUs.
That's going to be brutal.
I need to find enough D10s apparently. There's my last D10. That's 10, that's 21. 21 times 3 is 63.
Oof. Oof. Brutal. All right, so
I got to track my ambidexterity.
You start firing off like kicking off charges. Your combat flashlights rip off one of its head, one of its long stocky like necks. It drops into the stand, and the thing is like wriggling around. That brings us to Aid.
So first shot is a 0.6.
Nice.
And the second shot is a 42, which I think is still good.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to do, if 4d6 is, 4d10 is the maximum, I will put both of those as 4d10 shots.
Correct.
That's 12, 18, 22 for the first shot. 33 for the second shot.
Oof. Damn. That's brutal. Yeah. You rake several burns across its back. And it kind of like runs into the exchanger where it was nesting, and like trying to escape the savage shots that you just dropped on this thing. Mike, you're up.
I shoot it with my guns.
Hit it.
All right. Dual wielding, max power, whatever that means in this case.
Okay.
First D10 is an 8, so that's gonna
that's gonna do it.
That's gonna miss. So
no, an 8 is a hit.
Oh
No, he's rolling D10, not D100. So that means 80.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm dual wielding, so I go for the second one, right? And that's a 3.
Yep.
35. So 3 and 5. So I got him with the second pistol.
Give me damage.
Okay. Let me see. That's an automatic pistol.
You're firing a burst, right?
Yeah. So that's 5d10.
What's half your dexterity?
Half my dexterity would be 27 because dex is 55.
And what's your weapon skill?
What is my weapons skill? Projectile weapons is 4.
And burst gives you plus 20 to your chance to hit.
Yeah, so you hit him.
Oh, with both? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
My weapon doesn't do burst. Your weapon bursts. So.
Well, damage says 1/5d10. So.
Yeah, so 5d10 for the burst.
All right, 5d10 for the burst. Let's back to the Wizards of the Coast official die roller.
Hey.
5d10 and not 4, but 5, and rolling. Total of 29.
I'd use the roll 20 so the GM could see, but we don't have the roll 20 link.
I what do you call it? Mike's got the link.
I do, and you can't have it. Sorry, I'll share that here in a second.
Don't bother. We're almost done today.
All right, so you level several bursts, and its last 2 heads explode, and the thing slumps into the dirt, venting its yellow viscous ichor into the shale. I assume you now call the shuttle down so you guys can get out of there.
Yep.
And Jason, are you distributing? Ichor, not to be mistaken with Ichor. Are you distributing enough snack cakes to keep people reserved until the shuttle arrives?
Yeah, I think I'll like shoot them out like ninja stars,
And you extract your asset for a successful mission, and that is Star Frontiers number 2.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Woohoo!
That was fun.
Thank you for running. Thank you for
Yay! So what other ancient games can we resurrect to play next?
I don't know. Good question. Aid's big fondness for Buck Rogers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And the way Aid is laughing suggests to me he doesn't actually want to run it, though.
I don't want to run it at the moment, but I might consider
Run
it
it
at some
for
point.
us.
I
Run it for us.
do like the Rutgers game. Funny enough, yeah.
Well, let's talk it over offline. We can figure it out. I've been wanting to run Honey Heist for years, but I don't know if anyone else wants to play anthropomorphic bears, so we can figure something out.
I'll play just about anything.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that sounds like a good thing to play. Yeah.
Mhm.
Although playing more Bear, that's interesting. But yeah, I'll play.
It's basically Ocean's 11,
I-
but with bears.
I love playing heist games.
Yeah, that's true. Trying to steal very special honey.
Do you get to wear natty waistcoats?
You can if you want. There's a
There they-
special table just for hats.
That's fine.
And written by Grant Howitt, an indie game developer who basically won all the Ennies this last year. So
Nice.
he's mainstream now. All right. Hey, folks, thanks for checking out the BAMF podcast. Here's our contractually obligated outro music. And we'll catch you next time on the BAMF. Thanks again for checking us out.